Today I fked up by making fun of anti-vaxxers at my new job in front of my pregnant and, apparently, anti-vaxxer manager. So I just started in this company a few weeks back. I'm your typical shy person that in the first few weeks doesn't say much and really needs some time to get comfortable with the new situation and new people. Starting this job it was no different. Now, a few weeks later I'm starting to feel comfortable around everyone and also starting to make jokes and joining non-work related discussions between co-workers. Somehow we landed on the topic of old diseases that nowadays barely occur. My manager named a few and I said that the ones she mentioned actually still exist in other less developed parts of the world. Then I jokingly said, and nowadays you don't know, with the rise of brain-dead anti-vax moms we might be again introduced to all kinds of weird and ancient diseases. My co-workers all cracked a laugh, but the look on my manager's face said it all and there was instant regret from my side. She raised her voice and started firing questions asking anti-vax moms are brain dead, rambling about the vaccines being the cause of autism and the pharma industry is trying to control the mind and body of her coming baby. It was one blasting tirade about how she is woke and shit. I guess the coming year will be one really interesting one for me. TLDR, joked about anti-vax moms in front of my manager who is pregnant, and apparently supports the anti-vax movement. Tension on the workplace ever since have been, so to call, quite high. Today I fked up by reporting a pervert to the school my sons go to. Over the course of the last week my twin 7-year-old son started telling me about a creepy man who sat at the parking lot at school and stared at them. This morning, I finally took the initiative and called the school. They assured me that the situation would be handled. Now, here's how stupid I apparently am. I've been doing electrical repairs on a facility near my son's school, and each day I park my work van in the school parking lot to eat lunch and use the Wi-Fi. I wave to my sons as they go from one building to the building housing the cafeteria for lunch. If you're realizing that I'm the pervert I reported, congratulations, you're officially sharper than me. I didn't realize it until 3 police cars surrounded my work van. As it turns out, between the work van they'd never seen me in, my hard hat, and my sunglasses, the boys never realized it was me. After about a 30-minute conversation with the police and the principal, they decided I was a harmless moron and decided to let me go. I was, however, asked not to park my van there for lunch anymore. TLDR, called school over pervert watching my sons. Turns out it was me the whole time. Was nearly arrested.
Today I fked up by my wife and I referring to no as the N-word with our 12-month-old son and having Child Protective Services called on us so my wife and I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. When our 1-year-old is up to mischief and we tell him no, he immediately looks up at us and starts crying. It's actually pretty adorable. In order not to upset him we frequently refer to it as the N-word when he's around. 2 weeks ago when our 4-year-old is in daycare and telling all his friends and the teacher that mommy and daddy use the N-word all the time and it upsets his brother and makes him cry. Teacher berated my wife and told her we were horrible people and didn't really get it when my wife explained that it was a big mix-up. We also got Child Protective Services called on us anonymously. Think it's the teacher, but it may have been a parent. TLDR, everyone at our kids' school thinks we are constantly throwing the bad N-word around our sons and our horrible people and parents.
Today I fked up by buying everyone an Ancestry DNA kit and ruining Christmas. Earlier this year, Ancestry DNA had a sale on their kit. I thought it would be a great gift idea so I bought 6 of them for Christmas presents. Today my family got together to exchange presents for our Christmas Eve tradition, and I gave my mom, dad, brother, and 2 sisters each a kit. As soon as everyone opened their gift at the same time, my mom started freaking out. She told us how she didn't want us taking them because they had unsafe chemicals. We explained to her how there were actually no chemicals, but we could tell she was still flustered. Later she started trying to convince us that only one of us kids need to take it since we will all have the same results and to resell extra kits to save money. Fast forward, our parents have been fighting upstairs for the past hour, and we are downstairs trying to figure out who is a different dad. TLDR, I bought everyone in my family Ancestry DNA kit for Christmas. My mom started freaking. Now our parents are fighting, and my dad might not be my dad.
Today I fked up by accidentally getting sexual with my dentist, again. I'm a 32-year-old woman who can never go back to my new dentist after 2 visits because I'm an idiot. My dentist is a very nice and professional man. Our first appointment was going pretty smoothly until he made some innocuous remark about us being strangers. My immediate reply was, "Oh, you're not a stranger. You've been inside of my mouth for 20 minutes." I did not intend to make a sexual joke. His face turned red and he was clearly embarrassed, but he continued on like a true professional, and we were probably both relieved when the appointment was over. I had my second dentist appointment today. I actually mentally prepared myself to be a model patient who didn't say anything weird, "Thank you very much." He had been working in my mouth for about 5 minutes when he started to seem really uncomfortable or something. His face was red and he was breathing a little heavier. I was a bit concerned and also confused. Like, how could I have embarrassed him this time? I had hardly spoken. So he keeps working in there, and then I realized what the hell is happening. My dentist was wearing grape-flavored gloves. I had been absent-mindedly licking his fingers the whole time. Never going back. TLDR, today I fucked up by licking my dentist.
Today I fucked up by making my boyfriend a Tinder account. Okay, so necessary, this actually happened in the last couple of weeks. Basically, my boyfriend suffers from pretty low self-esteem, like it's not like he's too bothered about his looks, but he rates himself a 5 out of 10 at best. Obviously I think he's gorgeous and handsome, but even though I've been saying this for years, he does not believe me. So, for some stupid reason, I decided to show him that other girls would find him attractive by making him a Tinder account. I set him up an account, make him a bio, and just start swiping right. After a day he got around a dozen matches on Tinder, and after I showed this to him, I saw how he immediately became more confident and thanked me for the whole gesture. Cue my surprise when a couple of days later I checked the Tinder account I had basically forgotten after 24 hours, and I could see lots of messages sent to lots of the girls my BF had matched with. I confronted him and he denied it, but I mean, these messages even included promises to meet each other. Obviously, we broke up, and out of curiosity I checked the Tinder account again after a week, and this breakup has clearly not slowed him down one bit. So now the Tinder I made for him not only broke us up, but is now helping him navigate his newly single life, ha ha ha. TLDR, made a Tinder account for my BF to prove that he is attractive, and he ended up ditching me for one of the girls he matched with.
Today I fucked up by texting my pregnant wife that this isn't working. My wife posted earlier today on LA about this. Not using my main because my Phil knows it and I'm not quite ready to tell him about this. I went to work today and turned my phone off as usual. I had almost 30 missed texts and calls from my pregnant wife when I turned it on. Most of them were asking how I could do this. I had no clue what she was talking about. She didn't answer any of my calls back. I got home and she was packing up to leave. I'll admit it, I cried. A lot. Had no clue what was happening or what I did. Finally, it comes out that I texted her that I wanted a divorce. She showed me the text and I immediately realized what happened. This morning, a freestanding mirror for our bedroom was delivered. I texted her the new mirror came in. I'm going to try to put it together, but I may need your help later. I had trouble putting it together and eventually gave up. I texted her, this isn't working, and at this point I think I need to just give up. Apparently, the first text didn't go through, just the second one. So my pregnant wife panicked for a few hours while I was off thinking everything was great. She even called a divorce lawyer. Things are fine now, but she's still crying off and on. She told me we can laugh about it tomorrow. TLDR, accidentally told my wife that things weren't working. She almost left me.
Today I fucked up by stumbling on my 19-year-old son's Reddit and reading through it. Dear Lord. On my main account I came across a comment on a post in an Ask Men sub. It seemed vaguely familiar, so I clicked the username and looked through the profile. I click on profiles all the time if a comment seems familiar or interesting. This is my son's account. It has to be. The comment he posted is about something that happened while I was there. He had a more detailed post about that specific day. He had another previous post about an event in his life I knew about and knew some details about. He had a few other posts which I also read. I now know what gets him going sexually. Not something I needed to know. I know what his girlfriend likes sexually. Also, not something I needed to know. Also quite surprising. I know how embarrassed he felt about an emotional time he had somewhat recently with my wife. I feel kind of heartbroken for him about that one. I know that when he was younger he snooped in mine and my wife's room. In reading through the comments he's made to others, I've learned that he is wise beyond his years and an incredibly kind human. I feel very proud about that. Overall, I wish I never clicked that first comment. I know way more about his sex life than a father should. TLDR. Accidentally discovered my son on Reddit. Found out about his kinky sex life, some heartbreak, and that little fucker has snooped through my room.
Today I fed up by having my Reddit history revealed by Jimmy Kimmel live on TV. This happened to me yesterday and I'm still baffled. It all started when I posted a comparison picture of a dog which looks like the actor William H. Macy. I couldn't stop laughing over it, but I never thought it would gain so much attention. However, it ended up on the front page with much more upvotes I could have imagined. This alone was crazy for me because I never expected to have a submission on the front page. When I checked my phone the next morning, my Reddit inbox exploded over the sheer amount of YouTube links I received. I checked them and found my submission on the latest Jimmy Kimmel show with Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian. I was mind blown over this. They proceeded talking over Reddit users, and Jimmy ended up checking my history. Well, I hardly ever post filthy stuff, but I commented on an NSFW TIFU a few days ago and I think Jimmy thought it was my submission at the short glance he took. Keep in mind they even named and showed my username. He made it look like there was a lot of filthy stuff going on in my history, so this was quite embarrassing for me and I'm getting a lot of crazy messages now. I don't know if this perfectly qualifies for a TIFU, but on the one hand it felt like one, when he revealed my history with filthy stuff as he said. On the other hand, it's just cool and a story to tell. However, I regret nothing. TL. Drive. Jimmy Kimmel had Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian as a guest. They ended up browsing my Reddit history, and Jimmy made it look like there's filthy stuff going on.
Today I fed up by telling my 3-year-old daughter that I would eat her booty. Alright, so let's start this with a little context, because right off the bat reading the title you'll be like, what the fuck? So my wife and 3-year-old daughter play tag pretty much on a daily. And more accurately, it's more of a chase me game. My daughter never chases back when caught. Anyways, the game usually starts by my daughter telling my wife, "Mommy, get my booty. Get my booty, mom," and off to the races they go. Obviously this is a game that both parents play, and she'll also usually request that we be a dinosaur, monster, tiger, etc. This get my booty thing is also something she says at daycare now when playing with friends, but luckily everyone thinks it's cute, and we haven't gotten any feedback on it. This brings us to last night. The wife is upstairs with our little boy giving him a bath when my daughter jumps on the couch, puts her butt right next to my face and yells, "Get my booty, daddy." To which I reply nonchalantly, "I'm going to eat your booty." Nom nom nom, since her butt was right next to my face. I immediately regret it because she jumps off the couch and starts yelling, "Eat my booty, daddy. Eat my booty," and takes off running. Dear Lord, what have I done? I try to go into damage control and revert back to get your booty, but it's too late. Eat my booty is the new tag. I took her to daycare this morning. I hope she forgot all about it. I'm dreading picking her up. TLDR, my daughter yells "Get my booty" to initiate games of tag. With her jumping on the couch and shaking her butt right next to my face, I instead say, "I'm going to eat your booty." She now yells "Eat my booty" to initiate the game instead.